Mummy, Pat, we're going to Australia.
I'm looking forward to seeing Rick and Tracy. Sydney, I'm dying to see her because she'd be changed a lot since last time we saw her. But I'm having my regrets too. I'm be thinking of, look what I'm missing out on having her around me and seeing them as a happy family.
We're very excited about coming back to Australia on our holiday. I'm very excited about seeing Darren and Joe, of course, and their children. And of course there is a little bit of apprehension there about how we're all going to come together as a family group.
Tracy and I were never really close when we were kids. We fought a lot. It's only since we've had, share this with Tracy and Rick that Tracy and I have become really close. And it's been something we've missed from our childhood. It really helped us bond, I guess.
We lead a very different life to Tracy and Rick. They live in Chicago. We live in Gladstone.
I really love living in America. It's a wonderful country, and it's definitely a land of opportunity.
Jennifer, how you doing? That's good.
About 10, 12 years ago, started my own business. Do group travel around the world for the mature audience. I was escorting a group down to Australia. Tracy was a manager on duty, so she actually checked me in, and I in turn checked her out. We've been very fortunate. The business has worked out well. I've always felt hard work guarantees nothing, but lack of a guarantees failure. Worked hard. Tracy helped a lot. Got lucky. I think you always make your own luck. And fortunes reigned over. We're able to enjoy some nice things in life.
We run a small cabinet-making firm here in Gladstone. We have 4 children. It's a working-class town. There's not a great deal to do here, so we try and make the most of what we got. When we were having our first child, I couldn't imagine what it was going to be like to have children, And after having Fletcher, our oldest, I just couldn't imagine life without our children. I guess that's why we just kept going back and having another child, They were really good kids.
I always wanted to be a mum. I remember being a teenager and holding relations' babies or my friends' babies and just crying, just imagining me to be a mum. Of course, my mum never had any problems getting pregnant. Darren, my brother, already had a big family. My sister was talking about having a family. So when I couldn't fall pregnant when we were trying the old-fashioned way, it was just devastating to me. Luckily, sort of a little bit in the back of my mind, after having my accident as a child, one of the first questions my mum asked the doctors was whether I would have problems having children. And the doctor said, we'll never know until she tries, but we don't think so.
When we were younger, Tracy and I, playing at a friend of mine's place, and here in Gladstone, we made this bit of a cubby and we had this ladder we'd put up. This ladder was made of steel and had one end was really long.
I was 8 years old. I was the first one up on the table, so being a kid, I was jumping up and down, teasing my friends that I was up here first, probably teasing my brother more so because there was a lot of competition with us. And I overbalanced and I fell on it, and it pierced my body.
The longer end of the steel bar went through her backside and came out near her shoulder, which was quite severe. For a while there it was touch and go. I've left a lot of that out because I actually saw it happen, and I was only about 5 years old, 6 years old. Thank God Tracy recovered from that, but that basically was the reason why she has trouble having children.
There is a lot of internal scarring with my ovaries and my tubes, but we tried everything. They put me on a lot of hormones, they did internal testing, they did everything. One of the things that they discovered was I wasn't producing eggs. So they thought, well, maybe we needed to get an egg donor. And then that's when the first part of my wonderful family stepped in. My sister, who at the time was 18, came over to America, and she was an egg donor for us. I went through some IVF procedures, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, I just did not get pregnant. We thought, okay, we're going to try this, this, and this, and then if this doesn't work, we'll go to adoption. We wanted a family, and we looked at if we can't have our own children, then we would adopt. That was always an option for us. We never thought anything of it because as far as we're concerned, a child is a child.
If you want to have a baby through natural means, you can't always have that. If you want to form a family via adoption, you can always have a family. And our goal was to have a family.
We contacted an agency that helped us do an adoption plan. And what we did, we actually advertised. And we found a birth mother. We were very involved with her pregnancy. She ended up giving birth to a little boy. Unfortunately, the adoption fell through, which was, as you can imagine, absolutely devastating to us. After going through everything that got us to this point, we're talking about 4 years.
Yeah, but about a month later, though, your brother called.
Yes, and yeah, it was the most incredible thing that happened to us. Out of the blue, a month after we had this terrible news, my brother called and he said, "We want to do something, Trace."
Our fifth child was a bit of a surprise. Judy came in and told me that she was pregnant. I was really happy. I was really happy about it. Like, I can't say I wasn't happy because we just lived for our kids. Jo is the most wonderful mother you could ever wish for a child. She just loves kids.
I was very shocked when I found out I was pregnant for the 5th time, making it that it would have a lot of strain on Darren and I because we not so long had a baby. Kyle was still a baby, and the strain on Chloe and Fletcher and Dylan, not being able to pay attention to them as much as I would if I did have another child.
This is what really surprised me was